While I was running.
You were running and looking backwards, yes?
Looking round.
Snatched glances, a few seconds at most.
Listen, I saw what I saw. That's all I know.
Yes.
There are 2 stab wounds. One with an overarm motion like this, entered the chest just in front of his collarbone, severing 2 major arteries and penetrating the right lung. The other, inflicted possibly as he fell, created an L-shaped gash 5 inches long on Stephen's left shoulder, also severing a major artery. And both blows were struck with a blade at least 5 inches in length and at base 1.75 inches wide.
Were the wounds consistent with the knife recovered?
Yes.
Will the witness be shown Exhibit 14? Could it have been a knife like this that caused those injuries?
Yes.
It is, however, true to say, isn't it, Dr. Shepherd, that you were not able to positively identify any knife as the actual murder weapon?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shepherd.
Were you able to find a match for any of the fibres found under Stephen's right hand?
Yes. Using computer enhancement techniques, we were able to match the fibres with those taken from a jacket.
Could the witness be shown Exhibit 23? Was this the jacket?
Yes, this is the one. It was found at the house of Gary Dobson.
It's true to say, isn't it, Dr. Collins, is an extremely common form of jacket available in any high street?
So I understand.
So it would be unwise, would it not, to conclude that any match was in any way conclusive? Indeed, I think you, in your report, you called it of weak evidential value. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Mansfield.
There is one final piece of evidence, we would say vital evidence, which we seek to admit. This videotape.
Sir, I'm reluctant to rise once again, but we have already made clear that we strongly object to this material being admitted. It seems perfectly plain to us that if it were to be so, my clients would be swamped in a sea of prejudice.
Mr. Mansfield.
Well, sir, this tape in question is a police surveillance tape recorded covertly at a premises rented by Mr. Dobson, where the accused met regularly during the latter part of 1994. We say that this tape contains compelling evidence of their involvement in the murder of Stephen Lawrence.
I think you may proceed, Mr. Mansfield.
Thank you.
Do you remember that Enoch Powell? That geezer, he knew straight away. He went over to Africa and all that, right? I said, what happened? Yeah, he knew it was a slum. He knew it was a shitter. He came out here saying they're uncivilised and all that. And they started coming over and he knew straight away. He was saying, no, I don't want them here. No niggas will ruin the gaff.
I was going to kill myself, do you know what I'd do? I'd go and kill every black, every packy, every copper, every mug that I know, I'm telling you, right? I'll go down to Catford and place like I'm telling you, with 2 submachine guns, I'll tell you, right? I'll take one of them, skin the black alive, mate, right? Yeah? I'll torture him, set him alight, yeah? Blow his legs and arms off and say, go on, you can swim home now.
Let them squirrel like tits in a barrel.
There cannot be the slightest doubt that those present on these tapes are violent, sadistic racists with a predilection, indeed a fascination for the use of knives. Secondly, there is similarity, that overarm stabbing motion is precisely the motion used to kill Stephen Lawrence, according to the pathologist. And thirdly, there is opportunity. You can see quite clearly Neil Acorn tucking the knife into his waistband, leaving the flat, going out into the street, not more than a couple of 100 yards from where Stephen Lawrence was murdered. We say this is highly significant. Of course, it will be argued that nowhere On the tapes, do the accused admit involvement in the murder of Stephen Lawrence? But let us watch closely and remember that whilst those in the room clearly suspected they might be being recorded, they were not aware of being filmed.
I reckon it was a drugstore myself.
I was a crack to myself.
Yeah, it's probably a bit of cheap, a bit of crack or something. It's all gone wrong. Coons got knackered up and all of a sudden 5 innocent people are getting done for it.
Yeah, that's what fancies it.
You know what I mean? Every time it comes on the news, yeah, the real people are laughing their nuts off.
What? The real people think they got away with it, mate. Scot free. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're definitely doing that.
The real people are laughing their nuts off. Just look at the expression on Neil Aycourt's face.
Dwayne, I just wanted to say that, thanks for your evidence. I know it must have been kind of hard for you.
They try and trip you up in it. I did see them, you know. I did see them.
I know.
Mr. Lawrence, me and Stephen were friends, man. We were friends.
Right. The boy is sincere.
Having considered the matter carefully, I rule that there is insufficient grounds to proceed in this matter against Jamie Aycourt and David Norris, and accordingly they are discharged. However, having considered the identification evidence, together with the forensic and other supporting material, I rule that the case against Neil Aycourt, Gary Dobson, and Luke Knight is sufficient to warrant going forward for consideration by a jury. I'll rise until the next matter is ready.
The parents of the stabbed teenager, Stephen Lawrence, have lost their private prosecution for murder.
But this is a matter of deep regret. Stephen's killers have not been brought to justice. But as you know, today the judge found that Dwayne Brooks' identification evidence was not admissible, and for that reason, regrettably, tragically, the case is over.
Nothing to say, boys.
But I must stress, the police investigation was carried out with the highest possible integrity. An internal review by Detective Chief Superintendent Barker found that all lines of inquiry were pursued satisfactorily, but our officers came under unprecedented pressure from the media and from highly motivated political groups. They carried out their duties to the best of their abilities and to the highest standards. But I'm afraid the case is now closed. Thank you very much.
What about mishandling it again? What about justice for the Lawrence family? Come on.
All right?
I want to stay home. I don't want to go back there.
Come on, Neville.
I believe that we've reached the end of the line, you know?
Stephen would have wanted us to
No, you can't say
fight.
what Stephen would have wanted because Stephen is dead, right? We just have to accept the fact, right?
No, we don't have to accept the fact. We can fight on.
I mean,
This hasn't been resolved, Neville. Not by a long shot.
they've got away with it, right? We lost. They killed our son. We can't let them wreck our life, right? What
Listen,
left of
that's
us?
exactly what they want. They want us to run away, yeah? We have got a right to be there as much as they have. And by running away out here, you ain't going to solve anything. What are you going to solve?
Well, I prefer to stay here. I think we should all stay here right now.
'Cause that's what you want.
I think the time is right for us to come home.
For you to come home, it's your home, you know. You're talking about these kids don't know Jamaica. That is home to them. Now we need you to come home with us. Neville.
I'm sorry.
Go and do my room, fix your lunch, and fix dinner, and that's my day, right? Oh, that means for the beach combers.
It's really important, this inquest, because basically we didn't get our say, you know, they just threw it out. Basically with this one, I'll be able to speak, you know. Those boys will have to go on the stand and answer for what they did. And it's very important for us to have that opportunity. And it's not going to be easy because Dad's not here either.
They're going to put them in jail?
They don't have the power to put them in jail in an inquest, but they'll have to answer certain questions. Were they there? Do they know anything about what happened to him? Because they didn't have to answer any questions at the Old Bailey. Stephen wouldn't want us to give up now, would he?
Of course not.
He'd want us to find out what really happened, you know, and make sure that these people who did it answer. These boys answer for what they did, not get a walk away scot-free. One day we'll all be able to just relax and, you know, not have any trials to go to or any more meetings and... That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Witnesses have been summoned before this inquest today in the expectation that they will be able to assist the jury in determining how it was that Stephen Lawrence came to meet his death. Was it an accident or unlawful killing? Neil